teacher, and I teach Hatha yoga. And I know that this is an interesting and challenging time for all of us here on planet Earth. So a lot of people are experiencing overwhelm. So I want to just sort of take it easy today, go slow, and really connect with our breath and our bodies and our central nervous system so that we can just come into a state of coherence within ourselves and feeling peaceful within. And I also want to talk a little bit about what we do when we practice yoga. What is the purpose of yoga? Why do we do this? And yoga means union. So we have all these different aspects of ourselves. We have our physical bodies, we have our emotional bodies, we have our mental bodies, and we have our spiritual selves, our spiritual bodies. I'm an energy healer and teacher, and so I'm aware of all the different layers of energy and all these different subtle bodies that make up who we are. So when we practice yoga and we do the asanas or the poses, we are uniting all those different aspects of ourselves into one being. And we are connecting with our higher self or our divine self within us. And so let's go ahead and just do that right now. And to create anything, we set our intentions. So if you want to set your intention to connect with your higher self, go ahead and bring your palms together at your heart in prayer position and set your intention to connect with your higher self. And we're just going to start the class off by chanting one Om together. And Om is the primordial sound of all of creation. So when you chant this sound and sing it out to the universe, your voice and the vibration that you're sending out connects you to everything in the universe in a stronger way, since you are already connected to everything. All right, so let's take a nice deep breath in through our nose into our belly. And release. And then another deep breath in through your nose. And release. And this time we're going to chant Om. So breathe in through your nose. And now I want you to imagine that there's a beautiful white light of energy coming down from above you, spiraling down from source. You can go ahead and release your hands down to your lap. Keep your eyes closed as you imagine this beautiful white light spiral coming down through the top of your head and slowly moving all around you, all around your head, your face, your throat and neck. The white light moves all around your shoulders and arms and your chest and upper back. Just keep taking nice deep breaths in and out of your nose into your belly. And this white light, as it moves around you, it opens you up to the higher dimensions of yourself. And it also cleanses and clears any negative energy that you may be holding off of you. As this white light moves all around your belly and your mid-back Just imagine it moving all around your hips and your low back. And now it's moving around your legs, your upper thighs and your knees, your calves, your ankles and feet. And it moves right down into the earth, washing you just like a shower washes off any dirtiness off your skin. This white light washes your energy field of any heavy or sticky energy. And Mother Earth receives that energy and she transmutes it into positive healing energy for everyone on this planet. And now just feel the energy that comes from source right down into the top of your head and along your spine, right down through the tailbone and into the earth. And this is your center line of energy. So imagine it as a line of energy, a tube of energy that goes right up from the very heart of Mother Earth, along the spine, out the top of the head, and connects to the heart of the universe. And so sitting here with your eyes closed, just tune in to that center line. This is your center. And if you lean forward, you're going to come out of that center. And if you lean too far back, you're going to come out of that center. If you're to left or right, you're out of that center. So you want to be right in that center line. And so you can drop into this center whenever things get too overwhelming. Staying connected to the universe and the earth. And then come into your heart. So take your awareness into your heart center, right in the middle of your chest, right here. And breathe into it. And now visualize a bright light there, right in the center of your chest. This is your divine spark. This is your true self, who you really are, your eternal soul. And all the yogis and yoginis who practice over the hundreds of years, thousands of years that yoga has been practiced, know that this is your true self. This is who you really are. So when your body dies in this lifetime, this true self, this energy, this spark of the divine lives on forever, the eternal self. And so when you identify yourself as this true self, that is when you can find peace within, and you can begin to understand and look at your life through this bigger picture. And it does bring a lot of reassurance, greater understanding, and peace to yourself, especially in these very challenging times. So breathe into your heart center. And see that energy, that bright light growing outward in all directions. Outward, expanding. And now, if you would like to set an intention for your day or just for this practice, and it could be anything from becoming more peaceful, staying balanced, feeling unconditional love. Whatever your intention for this day is, take your palms to your heart and with your eyes closed, tune in to the best intention that suits you on this day. And then go ahead and affirm your intention by speaking it out loud. Good. And you can affirm that you are connected to your higher self just by saying, I am connected to my higher self. And now we'll move. So inhale the palms up. Reach them up. And then as you exhale, you're going to draw your palms down that center line, right to your heart, letting all the air come out of your body. And then inhale, reach up again. Exhale. Palms come down the center line to the heart, all the air releasing out of your lungs. And one more time, inhale up. Stretch out, and then you're going to twist to your right. So left hand comes to the right knee, right arm comes behind you, and your spine stays nice and long as you twist your body to the right. Keep reaching the crown of your head up, lifting from the crown as you twist. And then breathe into your belly, nice, long, deep breaths. So as you twist your spine, you're opening it up to receive the blood flow, which nourishes the vertebrae, the spinal column. And when you have a young spine, it's going to keep your body young. So yoga gives you a young spine. One more deep breath here and twist a little bit further around to the right. Good. And now bring your arms up with the inhale. And exhale, twist to the other side. Left hand comes behind you, right hand to the left knee. Lengthen the spine as you twist to the left. And if you're elderly, you can also be doing this sitting in a chair. I'm sitting on a cushion right now. You can be sitting on a cushion or blankets or just on the mat in an easy pose with your legs crossed. Twisting to the left and then breathing deep breaths into the belly. One more deep breath here. And release back to center. Good. And now hands come onto your legs and we're going to draw the shoulders up to the ears with the in-breath. Bring them as far back behind you as you can, down and forward. So we're making big circles going backwards, using the breath on the inhalation up to the ears and back, and the exhalation is down and forward. Good. And now reverse your circles. So take the shoulders back, up, forward, and down. One more circle going back. Good. And now just shake your shoulders out. And then bring your arms out to the side. Fingertips are touching, arms are straight. You're still in easy pose. And then plant your left hand and bring your right arm up to a diagonal. And now you're going to reach that arm across as your left elbow bends. And so this is a nice sideline stretch for your body. And you should feel it right in here, right down the armpit, down the side to the hip. So stay lifted up here in the torso as you lean across. You don't want to collapse here. Keep lifted in the abdomen and then reach across and breathe into the stretch. All this deep breathing is so good for everything. Deep breathing makes you come alive. And it's also very calming at the same time. Good. And then come back to center and go at your ability. If you can't do exactly what I'm doing, it's okay. We're not here to be Sean Korn or Shiva Ray. You are working with your own body and you're going to just do the very best that you can, and that is okay. Plant the right hand, take the left arm at a diagonal and lean across. Stay lifted in this area here, and that's going to increase the stretch down the left side of the body. Deep breaths into the belly. And one more deep breath. And then come back to center. And just shake your shoulders out. And now drop your chin down to your chest, warming up the neck a little bit. Reach the chin down as you keep the shoulders back. Don't let the shoulders round forward. And now slowly roll the right ear over to the right shoulder. Feel the stretch in the left side of the neck. Breathing into the belly. And then dropping the chin back down to the chest. And the left ear slowly rolls over to the left shoulder. Breathing here into the right side of the neck. And now one more time, chin to chest. Right ear to the right shoulder. And chin to chest. Left ear to the left shoulder. Good, and bring your head back up to center. And now let's take our thumb to our fingertips, to our first finger. We're just going to rotate the hands around in a circle, warming up the wrists. And then the other direction. And now shake your wrists out. And we're going to roll out over our ankles, coming onto all fours or tabletop position on your mat. Tabletop position, making sure that your hands are underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips, hip width apart. Let's begin with a little cat-cow. So first, spread your fingers wide and really feel your whole hand connected to the mat. And you can do cat-cow either with your toes tucked under or with your feet, the tops of your feet on the mat. Either way is fine. Inhale, look up, and at the same time, drop your belly and reach your tailbone up, spreading the sits bones wide in the back. And as you do that, you're going to feel your knees press into the mat a little bit. Gaze goes up at the top of the breath. Exhale. Now you're going to tuck the tailbone, chin to the chest, and press your heart up. And then move back and forth between these two poses. So we're creating a wave-like motion with the spine, which is the natural motion of energy moving along the spinal column. Like Kundalini energy moves in a wave-like pattern, a serpent pattern. So we're just connecting with the natural pattern of energy around us in the universe, and we're bringing it into our body. Going at your own pace, back and forth. One more. And then come to a neutral position with your back. Your back is flat. And we'll take the left arm straight out in front and reach the right leg up behind, extending through the leg and the arm. And you want to keep your shoulders even and your hips even, and then draw up through your belly button so that you're activating the core. And breathe. In Hatha Yoga, I like to hold the poses longer, for it makes you stronger to hold it longer. I'm being a poet here. But if at any time it becomes too much, you can always release from the pose. And release the left hand down and the right knee down. And now let's take it up to the other side. So left leg comes up, right arm up. So you've got your opposites. Draw the navel in, activating the core. This will help stabilize the pose. And breathe. One more breath. And then release the right hand down and the left knee down. And we're going to take it back into child's pose. So taking your seat back onto your heels, arms out in front, and the forehead comes down to the mat. And then you can bring your arms down alongside your feet. Your hands come by your feet. Ideally, you want your legs together here. And that position presses on the abdominal organs. And when you breathe in this position, you're toning those organs. Good. Now reach your arms out in front and come back into tabletop. And then coming into the center of the mat. Your hands are underneath you tuck the toes and press it up and back into downward dog. Let's just start out by pedaling through the feet. So you bend one knee and then the other, reach one heel down and then the other. And you press away from the hands. Arms are nice and long as you pedal through the legs. And ideally, when you get both feet, heels down, and then just pulse through the heart toward the toes. Breathing as you open up the backs of your legs. Good. From downward dog, roll it right out into plank pose. Nice long line in the body. Shoulders are over the wrists. And reach through the crown of your head so your spine is nice and long. Just breathe here for a minute. Go ahead and drop your knees down and then tilt your hips back. And you're going to drop your chest in between your hands, keeping your hips up and your toes tucked under here. Chin comes to the mat. And now inhale, drop the belly and the hips. Slide forward as you come into baby cobra. Keeping the shoulders down, elbows bent. And then exhale down. And now tuck the toes and take it up and back into downward dog. Deep breath. And now we're going to waft the hands towards you. And go ahead and grab onto both opposite elbows with your hands. You want your knees bent here so that your belly is on your thighs. So your belly's on your thighs, your hands are on opposite elbows, your head is dropped down, and just shake your head out. Yes and no. And just wriggle your spine here so that you're really releasing right from the hip crease. The whole torso is releasing as you breathe. Deep breaths into the belly. Good. Release your arms down and then waft your feet out the width of the mat. So the outside edges of your feet are on the edges of the mat. And your hands come to the center. And your legs are straight, slightly bent at the knees. Take your left hand to your right ankle and then reach your right arm up for a twist. A few breaths here. And back down to center and over to the other side. Right hand to the outside of the left ankle and the left arm comes up now for a twist. Reaching up to sky as you breathe into the belly. And then release back down. And go ahead and come onto your seat, making your way down. I just want to take it easy today. I don't want to do too much since this is the very first class. And I just want everyone to be calm and peaceful today. Open up the channels of energy, but not too much movement. It feels like a day that really just requires being low to the ground and opening up our energy that way instead of a lot of standing poses. So let's go ahead and bring the left leg out in front. And the right foot is going to come to the inside of the left leg. And the left foot is flexed. And by flexing the left foot, you're activating that leg. So you want the leg to be active, which means you want the thigh to have its muscle flexed, okay? And this is going to support you in the pose. Right foot is on the inside of the left leg, and we're going to come over this left leg, reaching right from the hip crease so the whole torso extends out over the left leg. And then you're slowly leaning forward. Keep drawing the heart forward. Let's move back a little here. You want to be lengthwise on your mat. And so this is called head to knee pose. If you're very flexible and you don't have any low back injuries, you can draw your head down toward your knee. If you have any injuries in your neck or your back, then keep your head lifted as you just work on drawing the heart forward and lengthen out over the leg with your torso. If you're very flexible, you can come down all the way and your hands come out over your foot. We're all in different phases, and so just honor where you're at. We're looking to stretch the back of the hamstring and the whole leg. And this opens up the energy channels in our body as we stretch in these poses. You're also going to feel a nice stretch in the low back. Okay, coming up slowly. Left leg is still out in front. Right hand is going to come underneath your right shoulder, and we're going to move into Stargazer. If you've never done this pose before, just watch me as I move into it. Just sweep the left arm up, and you're balancing on the right knee, and then you reach back with the arm. And you feel the stretch all through this whole side of the body. The left leg is extended. Just imagine that you're gazing at the stars in the sky. It's a very expansive pose. Good. And now release back down onto your seat. And bring your right leg out in front. Just shake it out. And now let's take it to the other side. Left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Right foot is flexed, activating the right leg. And from here, lift through the torso up out over the leg. You can keep your heart lifted. You're going to feel that stretch immediately in the back of the right leg and the hamstring, all down through the knee and the calf. Here you can stay right here, or if you don't have any injuries, take your head to your knee. And breathe. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths into your belly. One more breath here. And then slowly making your way back up. And when you're in those positions and holding it for a longer period of time, just notice how each breath helps you open further into the pose as you relax into it. Moving into Stargazer, left hand underneath the left shoulder. I'm going to sweep up with the right arm and open through the whole sideline of the body, extending the right leg. Now here you can also, if you want to make it more of a back bending pose, you can open your chest to the sky. And then feel the expansion as you breathe. And release it right back down. Good. Bring your left leg out in front and just shake both legs out. I'm going to do a forward fold here. So for some people, you might want to have a bolster underneath your knees, keeping your knees bent, or a rolled up towel. If you're super flexible, you can go without that, but you want to keep your knees bent and then just pull the flesh out from underneath your seat and your thighs so you can really feel your sits bones connecting with the earth. And now forward fold is a very inward pose. That's sort of what we're doing today, going inward, connecting within. So inhale, lift the heart. And then as you exhale, walk your hands out over your legs. Again, you're reaching the heart forward. You can stay lifted and work the pose right here. If you want to go further, you can drop the head and come all the way down, out over the legs as you breathe. Keeping the feet flexed. Keeping the shoulders down away from the ears. You're going to feel the stretch through both legs, the back of both legs, and your low back. Two more breaths. Good, and now slowly roll up. And then plant your feet out in front of you. Hands come behind you with your fingers pointing forward. They're underneath your shoulders to support you. And you're going to come up into reverse table, lifting the hips. And then go ahead and drop your head back. If you don't have any neck injuries, if you have neck injuries, keep your head lifted. And here with your in reverse table, we're going to do some rapid breathing in and out of the nose like this. Pumping the belly and moving the lymph system in your body. Inhale. And exhale out through your mouth as you lower your seat down. Good. And now bringing the soles of the feet together. And bring your feet in as far as you can toward the body. So that's going to be different for everyone, obviously. Now grab onto your feet with your hands. And then we're going to slowly begin to just lean forward. And this is a beautiful groin opener. And I use the word beautiful just to make it feel better. So as you lean forward, you're going to feel the opening. However far you come, just work there. And then, as I was saying earlier, where you feel that your body is closed and tight and you can't move past that point, breathe into it, close your eyes, connect with that area that feels tight, breathe into it. And as you breathe, just feel how your body opens even more. And relax into it so it's not a struggle. Move past the resistance and into the flow. One more breath here. Good. And then make your way up to all the way up. So working in your hips there. Nice little hip opener. Legs come out in front. Shake out your legs. And we're going to do another twist. So plant the right foot over the left leg and flex the left foot. That activates that leg. Sit up nice and tall. And you're hugging this knee in. And now you're going to take the right arm behind you and you can really grab that knee with your forearm and twist to the right. Nice lengthening through the crown. Come back to center and take that right foot and plant it right in front of the hip bone. So you're going to have about a hand's width between the foot and the left leg. Okay? And now you're going to want to come out over the left leg with this right knee bent. So reaching the hands out over the leg. And your right sits bone is going to come up off the mat. That's okay. Let that happen. Don't try to force it down. As you draw your head forward out over your left leg. Now here you can wrap your right arm around the right leg, and then the left arm comes back behind and the hands clasp. This is called a bind. If you're not able to do that, your hands are on your leg and you're reaching your torso out over the leg and breathing. All of these poses work with our different organs and our different meridian system, or our different meridian lines, energy lines. And now release your hands and come up. And then the right leg comes out in front. And now we're going to take it to the other side. So the left foot comes across, planting on the right side. Sit up nice and tall as you flex the right foot, activating that leg. You can hug this knee into your chest. Twist to the left hand, left arm behind you, and twist as you breathe while lengthening the spine. Good. Coming back to center. And now bringing that left foot about a hand's width between the right leg and where the left foot is planted. Right foot stays flexed, and then reach your shoulder to the inside of that knee and come out over the right leg as far as you can. And it may just be right here. Wherever the stretch is, that's fine. By having this leg bent, you're opening up different energy channels, and you're also working with different organs that are being toned and opened. And again, you can take this left arm around the leg, the right arm comes behind the hands clasped, and then you're extending out over the right leg. Deep breath. And then release the hands, come all the way up, back up to sit. Bring your feet together again. Feet are touching. And this time you're going to bring the feet away from you so that you have a diamond shape in your legs. So the diamond is facing this way. And sitting up nice and tall, leaning forward with a straight spine as you slowly round your spine and drawing the very crown of your head toward the instep of your feet. Obviously, if you have low back or neck injuries, you're not going to do this. But for the rest of you, go ahead and draw the crown toward the feet. If it doesn't fit into the feet, just imagine that it does energetically. So go as far as you can go. It might be right here. Just imagine the crown is in the instep, or if you can bring it all the way down, adjust your feet. This is a hip opener. It works with the back as well. And this pose is called Tarasana or star pose. Deep breaths. And slowly come up. I like to do about 6 breaths. 8 breaths is even better. But today we're doing about 5 or 6 breaths per pose. Okay, so we're at the time now where we're coming into Shavasana. This was a nice, relaxing class today. I hope it's been enjoyable for you. And if you weren't able to join us live, I hope that you enjoyed it in the replay. So coming into Shavasana, lie all the way down on your mat. And you want your legs wide and your arms out wide, palms facing up. And just make any little movements that you need to make to completely let go here. And when you take a nice deep breath in, we're going to let out a sigh. So breathe in. And as you do that, just let your body completely relax and let go of anything that you're holding on to. This is a time for you to integrate all of the movement during the class. So again, a nice deep breath in, letting it out with a sigh. And then just surrender on your mat, completely letting go. Feeling your weight of your body being supported by the earth. And there's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. You can just allow yourself to be as we go into silent meditation for a few minutes. And now taking a nice deep breath. And begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And then you're going to reach your arms long overhead as you're lying on your back and stretch through your whole body, all the way from your fingertips down through your toes. And then you're going to bend your knees and roll on to one side. Just taking a breath here. And use your hands to push yourself up to cross-legged easy pose, the position where we began. And bring your palms to your heart in prayer position, feeling yourself in your center line and in your heart center. Just be aware of how this short practice and this breathing and these poses has affected you. Notice how you feel different than when we began. And let's take a moment to offer our gratitude for this day and all the opportunities that lie ahead in this day. And for everything that you are, for all that you have, just take a moment to say thank you. And notice how that feels in your heart as you practice gratitude, even in the midst of our struggles and chaos. And we will close the class with one Om, breathing in together. No. Namaste. Namaste means I bow to the light inside of you that is also inside of me. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining, and I hope you have a truly beautiful day. Remember the intentions that you set and enjoy. My name is Beth Wright. My company is called Spirit Works, and my website is energyhealingteacher.com. I also have a yoga video series available on that website by donation, or you can come back to Enlightened World Online and join me for the next class. Thank you again and have a beautiful day.